Select the preferred function. Starting with glutinous rice.
Qua addiction is a real. What should we call them today?
I feel like we should just pick out the most demeaning names for our viewers.
Like rice.
Sugar sluts is a good one. Hash brown hose.
No! I would never call you guys the hash brown.
We're just following the other popular vegan YouTubers, and they seem to try to find the most demeaning names for their viewers. But we actually want to give you like a nice name, like Tater Tots.
What's up, Rice Krispies?
Tater Tots.
Do the spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers.
Or they could be the rice cakes.
You could be the rice cakes as well.
But then are they Korean rice cakes or American rice cakes?
Definitely Korean.
They're so far away.
You're not that far away.
Anyways, guys, today we are doing a rice mukbang. I hear so many people say that word wrong. It's mukbang. Like so many, like Trisha Paytas is like, I'm doing a mukbang today. Mukbang. It's like, it's mukbang. Come on. We're gonna attempt to eat 5 pounds of rice today. And I'm still kind of full from last night.
I'm starving right now, so I think I'm gonna be dragging the team along here.
Yeah. But we have 5 pounds of rice in our Cuckoo Korean rice cooker.
You have hair all over you.
Whatever. We're gonna talk about all of this while we eat, because this is gonna take us a while.
Yeah.
So what we have here is rice, obviously. We gotta put some of this in there, babe.
Ooh, some rice vinegar?
Don't get that hair in.
In our household, hair is everywhere.
There's hair
You can see Dewey's hair everywhere, Hannah's hair, clogs the vacuum all the time.
We're gonna keep it light today because we're gonna eat a lot. We have some nori, which I basically always just eat rice with nori. And then we have some
Go.
asparagus, cucumber, carrots. This is like a mix of gochujang, maple syrup, garlic powder, and coconut aminos. And then this is just coconut aminos with wasabi, which you won't eat. So the story behind this, since we're such minimalists and now we have a rice cooker and an Instant Pot. We were at Mommy Tang's house and like she had this rice cooker and it made the best rice in the entire freaking world. And Derek was just obsessed with it. So
yeah, after we started eating it, I was like, I'm like, what kind of rice did you make? Like, this is like the best rice that I've like ever had. And I eat rice like 2 or 3 times a day, so I can definitely tell a difference between like good rice and like not so good rice. And
yeah.
I was just like, I'm like, what? Like, this rice is so good. And I'm like, I want more and more and more. And
you ate, like, she was shocked how much rice Derek ate.
yeah.
Like, they're a Korean family of 6 people, and Derek will like ate all the rice, and she's like, it was hilarious.
But I was just like, you know, how do you get such good rice? And she's like, well, I use short grain rice, and I have this rice cooker. And we're just like, holy, like, this is like a real like rice cooker here. This is like a Korean brand.
Yeah.
So like rice is life for people in Asia, and you know, they go to town with their rice cookers.
They don't screw around. Like,
yeah.
You want the best rice in the world, get a Korean rice cooker. Get a Cuckoo rice cooker. It's like the best thing ever. So anyway, I was like dreaming about this rice cooker, and I was just like, we have to get one. So we got one. We still have the Instant Pot. People are like, what are you gonna do with your Instant Pot? And it's like, that's so good for making like stews and soups and dog food and like all that kind of stuff. If you want really, really, really good rice every single day, like, you can't screw around with an Instant Pot.
Yeah, if you eat rice like once a month, like obviously getting a rice cooker, like specifically like this is like an expensive unit here.
Oh,
like you can like if you only eat rice like a few times a month, like you can just use a pot, or you can just get like a cheap $10, $15, $20 rice cooker from Target or wherever.
Yeah.
But like if you're like eating rice multiple times per day and you want like the best rice, it's like get like a decent rice cooker.
Yeah.
It's like people go to town, they'll get like a $500 Vitamix.
Yeah.
But then they'll have like a $20 rice cooker, and they eat the majority of their food from like the
Rice.
majority of their food is rice.
So we thought that it was worth it, and after having it for what, like a month, it's literally like the best thing we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
It sings to you.
I don't. It's definitely not better than the Instant Pot in terms of like the overall versatility, but this thing specializes in rice, and it actually does make other stuff as well.
Better start eating, or else this
Yeah.
video is gonna be 8 hours long.
But I could just talk about this thing all day long because I love it.
And it came in Korean, and we couldn't figure out how to like change it to English and all this stuff. In the tiny house, we're just gonna keep this on the counter in the back corner, and like use it every single day, and you can like reset it so that you can have rice when you wake up or whatever. And then we'll just use the Instant Pot for like the stews and the soups and all that other stuff that we eat. I'm just making rolls, and I just cut them in half and eat them like this.
And a tough thing for us is oh, my head's cut off there.
How?
Is because we're always making food, it seems like every single day. We're making, you know, rice in the morning, and then we're making like other like soups, stews, and chilies and stuff.
Dog food.
Dog food.
Kombucha.
So it's like the Instant Pot is like always going, and it's like a lot of people actually have two instant pots so that they can kind of like do multiple things at once and prepare big meals. Having like a separate device that just cooks rice, which is like our main staple in this house pretty well.
Yeah.
Like really kind of frees up the Instant Pot so that we're always not like cooking in there and then taking it out and then this big mishmash of like cooking.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really use the oven that much anymore, really.
We're not gonna have an oven in our tiny house, so yeah. We get so many questions on rice and like, where do you get your rice, and is white rice better than brown rice, and like what about the arsenic in rice, and like will rice make you fat?
Yeah.
So we just want to talk about all of those things today while we eat 5 pounds of rice. This stuff is really good.
Is it? Yeah.
It's gochujang.
This isn't like a good like sushi roll or anything like that. If I was like actually making a proper sushi roll, it'd be way better. Holy, that's hot.
But Cuckoo, they actually gave me a code for you guys, which I'll post below. So if you want to get one of these, like if you're looking into getting a pressure cooker or like a really good rice cooker or anything like that, I would highly, highly recommend this brand. I think it's like guaranteed. Like it has a lifetime warranty. The whole thing is stainless steel, so you don't have to worry about like plastic and BPA and all that kind of crap. And like there's a billion. Oh, that has wasabi in it.
Oh, does it? No.
Well, it won't be hot. Take that. There's like a billion. Not a billion. I don't know. A lot of like settings on this thing, so you can cook brown rice, GABA rice, which we haven't done the GABA rice yet, but you have to like soak the rice for 16 hours and then you cook it on this GABA rice function. It's supposed to be like a billion times better, but I don't know. If you guys want one of these though, we got the 6-cup one. Initially we were gonna get the 4-cup one, like thank God we didn't.
Yeah.
Because we go through 6 cups of rice every single day. So we would have been really screwed.
Yeah, and that's 6 cups of. It's not like a full U.S. style cup. It's a rice cup, which is, I think you said it's about 80% the size.
0.8.
0.8 rice cups
Yeah.
one rice cup is 0.8 like U.S. cups.
U.S. cups.
So.
This is good. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's always good. And you can always rely, like if you suck at making rice, like in the pot or whatever, get a rice cooker. It's like a game changer. Because
Yeah.
like I used to make all my rice like in a pot and stuff.
Ugh.
And like sometimes it's like really good. Sometimes maybe you mess up like the water ratio. Sometimes you forget about it while it's on the stovetop and then it's like way overcooked. But rice cookers are just so much more consistent.
Yeah, you can't really screw it up.
Yeah, like typically for most of them, like not, like just for like a standard like rice cooker from Target, it's just like, you just put the rice in, rinse it with some water, set it, and then come back in 20-25 minutes, and it's usually pretty well done.
Plus, you can cook like pasta dishes and like whatever in this thing. You can steam vegetables.
Really?
And Mommy Tang, she said that her last Cuckoo rice cooker lasted her 15 years. So it's like you spend like maybe $400, whatever. Like the amount of money you'd spend on a Vitamix.
just whatever.
But it's like the amount of money you'd spend on a Vitamix or like a Excalibur dehydrator or something, you know? And then you have it for like 15 years. Literally, this is my favorite meal in the entire world.
It's so simple, but so good.
I don't even like cut it up into sushi rolls anymore because I'm just so lazy. But just eating it in like the big roll, it's like a sushi burrito. It's so satisfying.
Yeah. Move over Mexican food.
There's some lettuce too.
We've got
Derek's like eat
Korean
lettuce.
or Asian
there's
style
sesame
burritos.
seeds. You gotta put some sesame seeds.
I did put some sesame sauce.
I forgot. But yeah, so I was looking up stuff about arsenic in rice, right? And arsenic is like a natural thing that's in the environment and like in soil and like all that kind of stuff.
And in water as well.
Yeah, it's highly concentrated in water. But the problem with it in rice is because rice is cooked or grown and cooked in water. It like concentrates the arsenic in the rice. And there's really no way around it. Like organic rice isn't better. White rice is actually better than brown rice for arsenic levels. But out of like the 1,300 rices that they tested, they didn't find it like at any level to be dangerous for human consumption or anything like that. And what, can I have a piece of nori? The most like shocking thing about this whole thing that I was reading is that the average American eats 25 pounds of rice a year.
I think that's still surprisingly high.
I'm like, we eat 25 pounds of rice a week.
Yeah.
So like we eat at least 1,000 pounds of, I don't even know, I don't know math, you know math. It's a fucking lot of rice. Like 25
so like,
pounds.
Yeah, we typically go between maybe, I would say 10 to 15 pounds, maybe 15 pounds a week.
Like one of these bags.
So that's like at least 700 to 1,000 pounds of rice per year.
Between the two of us?
Between the two of us, yeah. So
I wonder
like,
what an Asian family is probably the same. Actually, they probably eat less.
Yeah.
Seeing how Mommy Tang's family ate.
But there's also four children, so they don't eat as much as we do, but.
Yeah, they ate a lot of fruit and stuff though.
Yeah. And I was actually just reading McDougall, because McDougall is like obviously a big proponent of rice because it's really like a staple for so many cultures around the world. And especially, I think it's rice is life, but I think it was 20% of the calories eaten worldwide come from rice. So it's like a major food all around the world for so many people. And the crazy thing is that arsenic is actually found higher in fruits and vegetables.
Like apples, I read that too.
And also fruit juices. And rice is actually the third highest in terms of percentage of arsenic. So behind fruits and vegetables and fruit juice. So it's like, what are you supposed to eat?
But then you think about all the shit that's in animal products, right? And it's like, you're doing a hell of a lot better with arsenic than you are with.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably even arsenic in animal products because the animals are eating like corn and
they're drinking water.
GMO and
yeah.
But yeah, the biggest thing is actually with the water. So like, there's lots of places in the world where like the water is so contaminated with arsenic they can't even drink it, which is really sad.
In Bangladesh, I believe, is where
it's like the worst.
Dr. McDougall said.
Yeah. And like in Tucson, we have really bad water. Not anywhere near like Bangladesh, but our when I was in Vegas, did I say that wrong? People always say I say Vegas wrong. Vegas.
Vegas.
Okay, I just say it weird. People always make fun of me for it. Vegas. The water tasted literally like salt. Like at a restaurant, in the hotel, it was so disgusting I couldn't even drink it. Like it was salty. That's the thing that you say is like big with like what groundwater and stuff, and like permaculture is like the water gets really salty.
So water gets, so specifically here in Tucson, now we're talking about water, is our water comes from the Colorado River. And the Colorado River is nowhere near Tucson. So it is pumped up, I think it's like 1,000 feet from where they capture the water from the river, up 1,000 feet in an open water canal. And the same kind of thing happens in LA and a lot of California as well, because water is just not abundant. So the water's in this open air canal. The water evaporates, but the salt, like the salt that naturally occurs in the water, remains, because the salt can be picked up in the river and stuff. And so as that water travels to Tucson or travels to Vegas, the salt remains, but the water evaporates. So like the water becomes more and more salty as like it travels through this open air canal. And that's why like the water quality in Tucson is so bad, because of where we're getting our water from.
So bad.
And why moving to like rainwater is going to be like obviously best for your health and best for the plants as well. Like rainwater is far superior for growing anything really, because salt is not good for your plants and stuff. Like if you're trying to like grow a garden.
People were asking if we can eat foods with salt because it'll go into our gray water. I don't think it's like that big of a... But I feel like in shampoos and stuff, there's a lot of salt in it. Like it's very concentrated. Like shampoos and like soaps and stuff. Putting a little bit on your food or whatever isn't gonna kill your plants.
Yeah. It would be like the consistent use of it. So if you're consistently using salt or using soaps and stuff that are very salty, and you're constantly putting those on, you know, certain trees and plants, and they're going to probably suffer. But most of the water that's going to go through our sink, like it's not going to have like a ton of salt in it, and a lot of it's going to be quite diluted as well.
What is that, like sodium lauryl sulfate?
That's one of them, yeah. That's actually in the
sodium chloride.
And sodium chloride. That's actually like in the soaps.
We have so much rice left.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to eat all of this.
Well, then it's gonna be a troll title. You guys are liars. White rice versus brown rice for weight loss. It literally does not even matter. It just depends what you like to eat more.
Yeah.
There's a small amount of difference. Like, let me read these bags. So we get all our rice from the Korean market, and we have 4 different kinds right now. So this is the brown rice. In a fourth of a cup, there's 140 calories, 1 gram of fiber, 3 grams of protein. This one's jasmine. So this one has 0 fiber, 2 grams of protein, 160 calories. So
the main difference would be the fiber.
1 less gram of fiber. Like there's literally only 1 more gram of fiber.
Did you say that there's 0 grams of fiber in white rice?
Yeah. But okay, so rice and resistant starches, why they don't screw up your digestion really bad is because the resistant starch in them actually helps to repopulate the bacteria like in your gut. The probiotics that live in your gut and that digest your food and all that kind of stuff actually like live off of sugars and starches, more so resistant starches that are in rice. But yeah, so right now we have 5 kinds of rice. This is what we typically have. So we have brown short grain rice, jasmine rice. This is a sweet short grain rice, which is really, really sticky on its own. And I initially bought it and like cooked it in the rice cooker, and it's like just a gob of stick, literally. But Mommy Tang told me to just mix it with the normal brown rice, and I thought it was really, really good that way. But Derek hates brown rice.
I'm not a big fan of it.
He hates it. And then we have...
I would say the brown rice cooked in a rice cooker is
way better.
Is way better.
This one actually has 3 grams of protein. They're all different. And then we have this short grain rice,
Mm.
which is what we're eating right now.
Yeah.
And then we also have wild rice, which Mommy Tang actually puts like a little bit of wild rice in her white rice.
She does, yeah.
And it makes it like, it just makes it more fun to eat.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, what's that?
Something that I started doing is this is kind of like taking your rice making to like a new level almost. It's like advanced level rice making. Yes. Is like I'll combine like short grain rice with jasmine rice. So instead of it all being like short grain or all being like jasmine, like if you combine the two, like I'll put maybe like 3 or 4 cups of short grain and then 1 cup of jasmine.
When did you start doing that?
Just a couple days ago.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. So it's just like, so the short grain rice is kind of like, it's much more sticky and kind of like clumpy and sticky together. Whereas like the jasmine is much more,
It's like a long grain, like
yeah,
smooth.
smooth and like, it doesn't like stick together. It's kind of more fluffy, I guess you could say. That'd
Yeah.
be a way to describe it.
We're not actually supposed to cook jasmine rice or long grain rice in a rice cooker. Traditionally, that's not, you're not supposed to do that because it it doesn't make it the way that it's supposed to be. You're supposed to cook it in a pot.
Anyways, we've been doing, or I just started doing that, and then it just kind of adds another level of dimension to the rice.
Yeah, the more dimensions you can get going with your rice, like,
The more dimensions.
like we could put wild rice, brown rice, and sweet brown rice. I feel like that would be good. But you don't want to be mixing like half brown rice and half white rice because what would you even select on the rice cooker? Like brown rice takes, I think it's like 40 minutes. No, like 40, maybe 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's
and
like
white,
50 minutes.
So if you do that together, it's a disaster because you're going to have like white rice that is just like freaking
Overcooked and
way overcooked.
but yeah, rice is awesome. It's kind of funny. Like I used to do like the banana smoothies, like breakfast, lunch, and I always found that like eating a ton of fruit in the morning, like it kind of left me feeling like very jittery and not very satisfied. Whereas like now I eat, well, I don't even really eat potatoes that much anymore.
Maybe like once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, once every few weeks. I used to do a lot of potato fries and stuff. I used to like love potato fries all the time. But this is just like easier and stuff, and I just find like I'm much more satisfied eating starch for breakfast as opposed to eating a lot of fruit for breakfast.
Even like oatmeal, like with fruit on it, can make you a lot more hungry. Like I find that I can actually eat a lot less food when I'm eating rice because it's so much more filling, and I always just eat it like this with like a ton of vegetables and stuff.
Yeah.
So honestly, whatever like satisfies you the most, if it's potatoes, if it's rice, like just eat that and eat it with a bunch of vegetables because that'll also like help your digestion and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Tell them when you were like totally raw vegan and you were like felt like the shittiest person on earth when you go like binge on rice.
Oh my goodness. This is going back like almost 5 years.
You lived in BC?
When I lived in BC, I was like trying to do the 100% raw thing because at that time 100% raw was law back then.
Like literally.
Like the cause of all your problems, weight gain, any type of like symptom or anything with your body was because you're sneaking in cooked food. Like it sounds crazy now, right? But that was like the kind of main theme back in the day. I would go to the store, so I would try to eat like all bananas and dates and grapes and whatever as my main staples for fruit.
He even did like a 2-week solely grape fast. Like,
yeah,
just
that was when I was
grapes.
living with Ted. Actually, I just blended them all up.
It's like
It
the
was
most
so much easier.
ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
Anyways, so like
Just do
I would
rice
like
fast.
I would go to the store, and I felt so embarrassed that I was doing this. Is I'd go buy like a small bag of like white rice and go back to where I was staying. I was actually doing a house sit then, and I would cook the rice up, and like I was embarrassed to do this, and I would eat it, and I would season it. Like it was really, really clean too. I'd probably just have some salt or some like steak seasoning on top because I didn't want to buy anything. and that's all they had in the house. So it was just like steak spice, right? And I put that on top, and I just felt so embarrassed that I was eating rice and that I was failing at the raw diet. It's crazy, right? But that's, a lot of us back in the day were really conditioned to be like, you have to eat 100% raw. And
Yeah.
some people do great on 100% raw. Like one of my friends, Ted Carr, he's been 100% raw. I would say 99.999% raw. I know he has like had very, very, very small amount of cooked food during that time, like steamed carrots, I think it was. But
Ooh.
yeah, I know, going off the deep end with the steamed carrots. But other than that, like some people do really well on it. I just don't. I don't know. It's just not
Yeah.
good for me.
I feel like it kind of depends. I feel like people that are really, really like big athletes and stuff, like they do better on it. I don't know if it's because they have like lower fasting glucose levels or like better insulin responses or whatever, but people that have like, who are either like overweight or like even a normal body weight, they just seem to get just massive like sugar highs and like ups and downs eating it. I know I did. But yeah, that's why you have to do just like whatever works best for you. Because if you don't like rice and you try and eat exclusively rice like we do pretty much, like you're not gonna be happy and it's not gonna work for you, and you're probably gonna be binging on sweet potatoes or something and then feel bad about it. But
Feel like you're a failure because you had like
yeah,
steamed white rice.
I feel like just find one or two really good starch staples and like a bunch of vegetables that you really like broccoli, asparagus, and cauliflower, and greens, and carrots, and whatever, and just like mix that shit up in a million different ways, or 3 different ways, and eat it like all the time. You'll never have an issue with weight.
And rice for...
We're almost done.
We're getting there. And rice is a staple of so many cultures, and
Like some of the
The
healthiest,
healthiest,
cultures.
slimmest cultures around the world. Like they don't eat... Like I know people say, well, they eat so much, and it's like, no, they don't eat very much. They just
No.
eat like until they're full, which most people should.
They eat small meals.
Yeah.
Like they never eat this much rice.
Yeah, they would look at our meal and be like,
You
oh
guys
my
are
god.
fat asses.
Yeah.
It's like you can't gain weight on carbs. Like you actually can.
Yeah, it is possible.
It's hard, but it's possible. Especially if you're like blending up 20 banana smoothies and shit. Like
Yeah.
it would be hard to gain weight eating like rice and vegetables.
Yeah.
Like I'd like to see somebody gain like some 80 pounds eating just rice and vegetables.
Yeah, don't put like salt. Don't put sugar on it. Don't put jam on it. Like, just
Yeah.
eat.
I can't do rice and jam.
And if you're finding maybe you're eating too much rice, which maybe you could, is to switch from white to brown. And I
Unless
think
you don't like it.
unless you absolutely hate it. But I find since I don't like brown rice as much, I don't eat as much of it.
It's more filling too.
It is more filling. And it does have a better nutritional profile. Like, it's not like white rice is like absolutely like the worst for you.
It's
just
very
like,
minimal.
It's just that brown rice is better for you.
Minimally. Like it's such a small difference
Yeah,
when
but
you really look at it. I feel like it does kind of digest better though.
yeah.
Brown rice.
Bubba, go on.
A lot of it just depends what you eat it with. Like if you don't eat enough vegetables and greens and stuff, you're probably not gonna have really good digestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just trying to survive on white rice and jam or something, like what some people do in this community.
You're probably gonna be depressed and angry as fuck.
You're not like that's not you need like for a lot of people you're gonna have to be adding in a lot of the other foods. So like beans and lentils and I'm just trying to think.
Tons of non-starchy
Corn,
vegetables.
yeah. Like corn is another big staple that we use for our corn chowder. Red lentil chili. lots of different beans and stuff.
And we do cook like things with coconut milk and stuff. Like we'll make a pot of corn chowder that has a can of coconut milk. But when you actually like figure out like that you're eating it only with rice and you're only putting like a little bit of corn chowder, like you're probably only eating like maybe 15 grams of fat a day at the most.
Yeah.
I don't even eat that stuff. I eat some of it, but it doesn't. I like it very clean and like. Seriously, if you guys want to lose weight, eat as many non-starchy vegetables as you can. Like have a big salad before every meal.
Salads, non-starchy vegetables, and then follow up with a more concentrated carb source.
Mm-hmm.
That's what like
Doug Lyle.
Doug Lyle. That's what he promotes. Like some people can do fine just with like a regular starch solution diet where they're eating. They don't really have to monitor their food very much, and they can get down to like a normal body weight.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of like more advanced weight loss, I guess you could say, is you have to focus more on eating some of the non-starchy vegetables and making that a big part of your diet.
Like 50-50.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like for a lot of people it's very easy to get to like a normal body weight. So like for me it was very easy to lose like 50 pounds. But like the last like 20-30 pounds are just like so fucking hard. But it's been very easy when you eat a lot of greens and vegetables and stuff because it's so nutrient dense. And you're also adding in the starches. So the vegetables and greens give you a lot of nutrients, a lot of fiber, a lot of vitamins, a lot of things that are gonna like give your body what it needs nutritionally. And then you eat like the starches to really satiate like your hunger mechanism and what is like actually, you know, saying like, okay, we've had enough calories, because you still need to eat like enough calories. You can't just eat vegetables all day, you know, because you'll never be satisfied like that. But that's like the biggest weight loss tip I could give anybody. Just like half your plate rice, half your plate vegetables. Put some like nutritional yeast and garlic powder and like even like some salt if you need to on it, and it's really good. I make broccoli and cauliflower and I like dip it in like tomato paste and nutritional yeast, and it's just like the best thing ever, I swear. And I feel like the more that you eat like this, the more that you really love like the taste of vegetables and stuff, because people might be like, I'm not eating like that, that's crazy. But once you start eating really clean, like it's just like you crave it. I feel like we got this.
I don't know. I really don't want to stuff myself though. I know it makes for good YouTube, but then I have to feel like I have a brick in my stomach for the rest of the day.
But we're going out to Mediterranean food tonight. We have a meetup tonight. I don't know if I should keep eating. Like I'm full, but I can eat more. But yeah, that's our video on rice. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Our little rice cakes.
Yeah, our little rice cakes.
Ugh.
Hopefully Mummy Tang will be back doing
She's
her
making
thing.
a video this week.
Is she? That's
Yeah,
good.
she just posted on Insta today.
So we're kind of honoring Mummy Tang's absence from YouTube with our own rice mukbang with the
We know it's
rice
not
cooker
as
that
good.
she uses.
We know we're not Mommy Tang.
Yeah.
We're not. Like,
We don't have all those funny sayings.
We don't have cute kids running around. We just have
Yeah.
dogs staring at us this whole time.
Hoping that we drop food on the ground.
Like, you guys gotta get a life. For
Yeah.
real.
You guys need to get a job. You need you know what they really need? A core message.
Yeah. What's your core message?
What's your
Bubba?
core message?
What's your core message?
Go get a core message right now.
He's
There's so-
vegan, so he has a core message.
Oh yeah, they're both vegan.
Yeah. So that's your core message, is being vegan?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go with that. Alright guys, I'm going to be making another video this week on my kitchen because my beautiful husband finished my tiny kitchen.
It's so close.
We'll
to
go
being done.
see it. We'll go.
You should show them after the countertops. After the countertops are in.
Yeah, I'll show you after the countertops are put in. Do you know when that's going to be?
I'm gonna call the guy today.
Alright.
to get a countertop
And
spreader.
tomorrow we're going to IKEA, and then the next day we're going to check out this guy that does rainwater harvesting. So maybe I'll vlog that stuff.
Yeah.
Spirit fingers. I don't know why I do that all the time. That's really upsetting. But
It's kind of like Freely's clap.
does she do that?
Well, Joe Vegan always makes fun of her for clapping.
Is he gonna make fun of my spirit fingers? 'Cause that's not cool, Joe.
I don't think we are drama-filled enough to
I don't know. I was just
to
having
be
an affair
featured
in
on.
Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, you're just having an affair. No problem.
He's over it.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you super, super soon. Peace.
Tater tots.
The rice cakes.
Rice cakes.
Oh yeah, cherry lemon LaCroix.
La Croix.
LaCroix. Boom.